Good morning, brethren. We thank God for giving us another opportunity to come and worship Him in spirit and in truth. Within the week, Brother Glasson posted a video which I believe many of us watched. Posted a video of the effect of the internet, or do I say the effect of phones on children or youths of these days, of teenagers. For the benefit of those that did not watch that video, I will try to just say a little bit of what it was saying. I think there was this celebrity that complained about collecting his children's phone, and he faced a whole lot of challenge in his house because he collected their phones. So the person started talking about the effects, how even some persons have even gone to the extent of killing their parents because probably they collected the phone, or because there was no data, they switched off data or something like that. So that teaching about not allowing children that are not yet 18 to have access to Android phones. He also advised that if you must give children below that age phones, it should be this small touchlight phone, not Android, because it has a whole lot of effects on children. Even these days, you see a small child that is even less than a year, you go and buy tablet for the child to be watching cartoon. These are the period that child is supposed to be learning other things. But you have started giving the child Android phones to be watching things that could be detrimental to the child's health. And when you try to collect it from the child will start crying. You don't want the child to cry, you don't want to take. The child say, I need bobo, I need zobo, I be happy hour. This, you rush, you go and buy because you don't want the child to cry. That was how somebody took the child for visitation. And what did the child went to where they put television, climb where they put the television. I wanted to bring the TV down. The owner of the TV went there to, he said, leave me, don't touch him, he will cry. Oh, the man said, okay, we cry if I don't touch you, so that I will break my TV. And I beat the child. Let him cry. When you get to your house, allow him break your TV, because you don't want the child to cry. I remember when I still grow up, know when they gave birth to some of my younger ones. I was even running, I was almost finishing secondary school when they gave birth to our last born, the George, you know. At least I know how my parents, even if I cannot remember how they trained me, but I remember how they trained those ones. When a child wants to cry, sometimes you allow that child to cry. And if that child needs to cry, you also help the child to cry. But these days, parents don't want the child, even when the child is destroying things, you don't want the child to cry. Leave him, he will cry. Leave him, he will cry. So that is what has turned some of these our children to something else. That is why even when you give them phone, you collect the phone from them, they come and fight you. If you know some of the effects this phone have done to children, to youth, to teenagers, you will see no reason why they should even have access to Android phone. Brother Joseph is not here today. I don't know if some people saw this news of some Nigerians that were arrested by Interpol. I think they've taken them to US now. What did they do? They pretend to be girls, and they will start chatting with boys, and they will start requesting for nude videos or pictures. And when they have those things, they will now start blackmailing those people with those nude. It even happens to adults. People don't respect themselves. A small girl of 16 years will tell an old man, let me see your this thing, because you want to mess yourself up. It happens even to adults. So they now did it to a child. I think this boy was around 13, 14 years in US. They started blackmailing the boy to present money. The boy started sending the little money he had. When he did not have money again to send, they threatened him that they will release the news on the internet. And what now happened? The boy committed suicide. So during the investigation, they now traced it to some Nigerians, and they were boys. Initially, they pretended to be girls. So you see what has killed that boy now? Internet, Android phone. If he did not have access to that, will he have access to be chatting with people and be sending nude pictures? If you watch that video very well, the video that Brother Glassov sent, you will understand that the internet has taken people to other places. You now start seeing people behaving differently from the way you train your children. At least every home have their own upbringing. But when you give children access to the internet, they will start talking to people outside. If a child starts chatting with a Philippine, what do you expect that child to start behaving like? To start behaving like Philippines. Because he has access to them. He has access to everybody. Now children, every time now they are watching TikTok, they are doing this, people now go to the internet, and what do they do in the internet? That is where you take your problems to. And when you take your problems to the internet, they will help you solve it, Abby. They will give you advice on how to solve the problem. Some of those advices are destructive. Some of those advices are destructive. That is why in my class I always tell them, who do you take, when you have issues, who do you take the problems to? Take your problems to your children. Talk to your parents. But when the parents have given them access to the internet, where do they take the problem to? To the internet. And I can assure you there are a lot of solutions there. Some of those solutions is to even advise you to commit suicide. How many of you know there are now groups, WhatsApp group, pages, where people that wants to commit suicide are together? No, it's true now. It's not lying. They teach you easy ways of committing suicide. Easy ways. And when they are committing the suicide, they will post it. It's there. No, it's not be talk. It's everywhere. Where people that wants to commit, you go there, you see like minds. They'll teach you easy ways of committing suicide. So when he posted that video, I watched it. I didn't watch it that very day. I was very busy. But when I saw the comments people were making, even the preacher made a comment on it, I said, no, I must watch that video. I watched the following day when I was less busy, because the video was long. It was about 8 minutes, Abby. 8 minutes. I watched it to the last. I saw a whole lot of things. I said, for people who don't have the access to watch it, let me see how to explain it. The Bible said in Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Train up a child the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. Do not let the internet train your child for you. If the internet train your child for you, your child will become a problem to you. What happened in one of those videos? What happened? The boy was breaking the door because the mother switched off the internet. The boy broke the door to come on the internet. How many have they killed because the parents collected? There is one I watched. What happened? The mother collected the phone from him. Do you know what the child did? He started breaking the mother's car. Breaking the mother's car. Because they have so much indulged in that internet that it has changed their mindset. Who are you to collect my phone? When I'm in a, do you know who I am? Because that child is no longer your child. That child is already imbibing the attitude of people that he or she meets online. If you see the things that are happening online, you will not even want your child to have Android. Except that child is old enough. Some of us don't even care to see the things that are happening. Parent boy started breaking the. Do you know how much to fix that car? Do you think insurance will handle? I know in abroad they have insurance. Insurance will not deal with that. Why do you think insurance will not deal with that? Why do you think so? Because that is self-inflicted injury on the car. It is not an accident. If it is accident, you can take the car to insurance will deal with. They can even replace the car for you. But when it's your child that destroy your car, do you still expect insurance to handle it? No. So we need to be very, very careful. Technology is good. There's nobody that is saying technology is not good. But let us not start relying on technology. We have so much relied on technology. When we were growing up, when we were in school, do we even have, is there anything like Google? Is there anything like Google? Nothing. We went to school, now waiting and teaching you learn, you read book. Now they will give children an assignment, they will need internet. They will need internet. People that were journalists in those days, those people, they don't have internet, but they go and search for news and they relay those news. But now you can easily just go to the internet, you will see that something so you don't go relay the news as if you were there when it happened. So internet has a whole lot of good things, it has a lot of bad things, but we need to monitor, we need to be very, very careful. Internet gives connection. You can be connected to people for business purposes. As a trader, you can sell goods even in the internet. Go to GG. Go to Jumia, Konga. People advertise their product and they are selling. Some of the people I even buy things from, I met them in GG. I've even sold things on GG too. So that's not a bad thing. It gives you connection. You meet people, you do business with people. But when somebody that is not matured enough to handle internet, you give that person access to the internet, it might change the person's thinking. I've seen a situation where a woman said, it's like it's in another world. I wish it was that time we were together. I wish it was that time we were able to discuss. Because that child has already gotten into another world. It's no longer within you. So the child every minute now is in the internet, getting information from there, relaying his own information to other people, people giving him their own information. Families are no longer together, even because of internet. When we were small, I remember my father, they would tell us stories. We will see that they will be telling us stories, how they grow up, how this that happened, my brother did this, my brother did this. You hear family time. But these days, because of internet, there's no more family time. Father will be pressing phone. Mother will be watching Z-Word on the phone. The children are with tablets. Everybody is in different places. The father is in America. But he's sitting there. The mother is in, where did they ask Z-Word? Philippines, Abi. Is it there? The children are in TikTok in a different place. But they are together. No more family time. No more family time. People don't bond. Family no longer bond. Because everybody is in a different place. You are bonding with other people that are in the internet. You no longer bond with your family. Sometimes when your children are even asking you questions, as a father, as a mother, you are busy. Go and meet your mother, go and meet your mother. Or go and meet your daddy, go and meet your daddy. I am busy. What are you busy doing? You are watching the internet. You are watching things that are happening there. There is no longer family bond. And when the father is not there to listen to the mother, or the mother is no longer there to listen to the child will look for somebody else outside. God forbid the child meets somebody that is bad. God forbid. When you've lost yourself in the internet and the children are looking for somebody to talk to, they no longer see the person to talk to. What do? They look for somebody outside. Look for one auntie or one uncle. I gave you an example here one day of my colleague. He said while she was growing up, she went to meet one of her neighbor. They call auntie, that she was having menstrual issue. The antenna, once you go and sleep with a man, it will stop. That is what the auntie told. Will a mother or a father tell the child that? But what happened? The mother was not there, the father was not there. They looked for somebody and the person gave the person advice. If it's a boy now, when you smoke boy, you will get inspiration. Yes, they will tell you that, you see, that's where the video will tell you all the songs I write when I don't hide. Inspiration will come. I start writing songs. But a couple do they give you inspiration. So you see, a whole lot of things. People need to come back. Let us come back to the old days. Internet, let us use internet for something productive, not for something destructive. Internet has torn a lot of families apart. Internet has torn families apart. Those days you will see father and mother, they will be gisting. The children will not hear what they are saying. They will be gisting, catching fun, they will be laughing. But now internet has separated them. The mother is doing this, the father is doing this. No longer talk. No longer family talk. Internet has changed a whole lot of things. We need to be very, very careful. Internet is just like a fire. In abroad, when you go abroad, when there is, during this summer, when there is cold, you see them setting fire in their houses. They have this fire something inside their city room or so. They use it to warm the house, abi. Maybe the fire is good. But if you do not control that fire and that fire burns the whole house, what has that fire done? That fire has become destructive. The same thing the internet. If you do not control it, you do not control what you do in the internet, you do not control what the children do on the internet, it becomes destructive to them. Let us take our children especially away from the screen. They live on the screen. Every minute they are on the screen. If they are not on television, they are on phone. Let's take them away. Let them do other things. In that video, it also shows how children are. If you go to China now, you see children doing things, hands-on practice, things they do with their hands. Not everything you go and check in the internet. No. They do things with their hands. Let children bond together. Let them bond together. Families. Children are already separating themselves from their family, from their siblings. They are now making siblings in the internet. They no longer agree because they have other ideologies. It is no longer the ideology. Let me use Brother Obiago as an example. As Obiago is now, he has his own way of training his own children. Abi, you have your way of training your children. And if they deviate from that way, what happens? Problem will come. Problem will come. But when you allow them have access to that internet, they deviate from that family ideology. They will deviate from there and start imbibing other ideologies. No longer the ideology that the father and the mother is training them with. No longer that ideology. So that is why we need to come back. Leave, they don't have as the screen. If they want to cry, let them cry. Not every minute of the day they are watching TV. Every minute they are not watching TV, they are pressing phone. Let there be family time. Let there be time where children will bond within themselves. When they grow up, there was nothing like phone. When did phone come out? Is it not 2021? There was nothing like phone. Okay, the phone that we had that time was telephone. This telephone. How many people even have that one? How many people? Before GSM came in 2021, there was no time. There was no phone. Children bonded. Children played among themselves. Children build house. We build a house with leg. Sister Joseph Nalai, you know, use leg build house with mud. Yes, we did all those things. But now, no. Everything now is internet. And in the internet, you see a lot of bad people, a lot of bad celebrity. You see people like Saida Bodge. How many of you know Saida Bodge? They will not talk. They know Saida Bodge. Because Okonoboh is always telling them, you don't need to bring anything to the table. This thing is already on the table. Women don't need to hustle. If a man does not have up to 5 million, he does not need to have a wife or a girlfriend. That is what Okonoboh is teaching them. If a man does not have this, a man does not have car. How can you marry a man that does not have car? That's what they are learning on the internet today. And if you go to Okonoboh's page, you will see followers. How many million followers? To show people are listening to him. That is why all of them are against gay now. Gay. How many of you know gay? Now go gay, na no know. You been students. People that are gay students, their hand tight. Gay said, don't give any woman money, especially if the woman is not your wife. Don't give him, don't give. So all of them are against gay. Men now association of stingy men, abi. So you see a whole lot of things. People now, they are not getting the ideology from other places. Then we had where we came from. We have families we came from. We had beliefs. We know what our parents taught us. We are not deviating from all those things to other beliefs. Because those are the things you get in the internet. We need to be very, very careful. Let us reduce screen time. Let us improve on bonding time, family time. Let the children bond within themselves. Internet can even make twins. They no longer agree. The twins that used to be very close, they no longer agree. Talk less of people that are not twins. Because this one is believing somebody else. This one is believing somebody else. Before you know now, before they grow up now, their father property, they don't begin kill themselves over property. Property that they did not work for. Property they did not work for. Because of some kind of useless ideology they are getting from the internet. A whole lot of time, this internet has really cost a lot of things. One of those that I cause weaken spiritual life. It weakens spiritual life. People are watching a whole lot of things. You don't even remember to pray. When they watch this thing, you don't sleep. You don't even remember to pray. You no longer study. You no longer study the Bible. You're always in the internet. It has weakened spiritual life. It has also caused emotional and mental struggles. That child that is always on the internet, by the time the child is supposed to start moving with people, it will now become a different thing. When you enter a higher institution now, you become a different person. You are somebody that is timid. Because you are not in this world anymore. You have been studying things that are not of this country. You start moving with you see people, you find out that you are different from them. You become timid. You become how do I put it now? You can't even relate. Because the world that you are in is not the real world. Now you are not in the real world. You cannot relate with people in the real world. It is not the way you relate with other people in the internet that you relate with people in the real world. This is the real world. Let us talk. Most of the people that find themselves in the internet cannot even come to the front here and talk. This is the real world. Parents should be very, very careful. Take away the screens from them. There should be time for screens. Not every minute the child is either watching cartoon or is watching. Are you aware that there is now cartoon that are porn? So don't let them deceive you. There is pornography in cartoon now. So don't let them deceive you. Now cartoon that they watch, it now has it. You can just put it on Google. Once you just enter it on Google, you see videos. So you know all these things are no longer difficult to get. In those days when we were small, you can only see it on video cassettes. And who born you? Your father can't see this thing, video cassettes. You are dead. But now you can just get it in the phone. Just type it. You don't see it. The things children can do with their phone, you the father, you cannot do it. You cannot. Things children can. The other day I was rewinding something. I wanted to watch one program that I did not meet. I was rewinding it, and it will take me time to rewind it. Please just say, give me the phone. He just had the remote. He just collected it and started it from where I wanted to start it. Something where I buy. I don't even know how to operate. I didn't even know about it. So a whole lot of things. So even you have this phone. You think you know a whole lot of things. They can bypass any security you put there. So it is better let them be able to use it when they are old enough. Because any decision they make that time, they are old enough to take those decisions. But any decision they take at the age of 18, less than 18, they might not be. But that is why before a child can decide to marry on her own, she has to be 18 years. Anything less than 18 years, the parents have to consent. So any decision the child makes less than 18 years, you are responsible. You as the parents, you are responsible. You help them make the right decision. That is why Proverbs said, train up a child the way he will grow, so that when he is old, he or she will not depart from it. We need to be very, very careful. Reduce screen time. Let them cry. Let them frown their face. If you collect the phone from them, they will frown. They may not talk to you for days. But when they grow up, they will understand. We pray that God will continue to help us in Jesus' name. Amen.